how do you go from relating to this story, having a point of connection with the story in your own hell, to saying, I want to write a film about this and make it and direct it? I mean, I love movies. I've been a movie fan since I was a little kid. Movies have been like journey partners with me throughout my life. I can't make sense of my own life story without these stories from movies that have spoken to me so profoundly. So I have a certain fascination with how movies are made. Like, how do you say, I want to write a movie about Maximilian Kolbe, and then do it? How many years of your life did you devote to this?
Yeah, I mean, that all started, right, like 8 years ago. So and there wasn't really a start to the project. Like, the start to the project was the meditations in my room,
Yes.
in the dark night of my soul. And I think the best art really is the kind of art that's made out of a a sort of need, the artist's need to do it. I think when people ask me, oh, I want to be a filmmaker, if I want to be a writer, I want to do something like this, and I tell them, like, don't do it unless it will kill you to not do it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's it's going to kill you to do it, and you have to realize the way the scales have to be balanced in order for you to make it through that journey. And I think for me, um, I was writing. I always write. I'm a writer. That's just sort of how I am. So I write poetry. I write short stories. I write scripts. And I think that writing a script is, for me, in this particular story, it felt to me like a script because it felt like a dialogue. It just began to come out like this dialogue. And I personally love cinema. I love telling stories with that sort of visual element. So as I was, I guess, developing that idea, um, I came across a client actually that wanted to help me. Well, they wanted me to help them. It was the Diocese of Dallas wanted me to help them with um, creating a event that could be an outreach to people outside of the church, young adults who were de-churched, who were not churched. And we decided to take a bit of a risk with that and to make it about grief and doubt. Of course, that was like the life that I was living at the time, but it also seemed to sort of meet the people who had left the church at that sort of place where they met, where they had taken that road off course. And so I presented them this idea of doing a short film about St. Maximilian Kolbe's life that was like this 12 Angry Men style short film.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to go for it, and they gave me some money to do it. And so I guess miracle of miracles, it was actually a diocese that 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 patroned the art and kind of kicked off this whole thing. But
Wow.
yeah, we shot this short film. It was really profound. I think when we showed it, there was this sense that um, there was we had struck oil, like spiritual oil. Anytime you're in a
Yeah.
room where you feel like everybody just got totally destroyed or traumatized by the Holy Spirit, and they don't even know how to talk. Like, that's how it was when we showed the short film. And that was just done in a barn with, people with like bleached pajamas, not like a real movie. But there was a heart to it that I think everybody could feel and see. And it gave us enough momentum to find some people who wanted to invest in the movie. And so yeah, during that time, I wrote the feature length script because I knew there was something there, and then started to share it around, and immediately started having people giving me money without really without it really being something I was like trying to do per se. Um, and so it was just this very gradual kind of artistic movement from just internal to a few people knowing about it to this short film that a couple thousand people saw, to writing the feature length script, and then ultimately to making a pitch deck and getting investors and going after it. But
Well,
I don't know exactly when I made the decision.
when did you start production? Like, when did you start auditioning actors and scoping out places to film, and it was filmed in Poland. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So because of my background, I've been doing branding and marketing and digital ads for a long time, and so I've gotten to direct many short films. So I wasn't going from never doing anything like this before to doing something this huge. I had slowly built up a team of people, relationships with people, and experiences of being out beyond the shore when it came to like creative projects and
Right.
collaborations with other people. So I knew, generally speaking, what it took. But yeah, I think that when I came back from Poland the first time, so I went there in 2022, and I had finished the first draft of the script, and I was there to write the second draft to really like make it as human and fleshy as I possibly could. And I think it was while I was there that I really felt the gravitas of the story. Like this is not just a Catholic hero. This is a national Polish hero.
Yes.
Who am I as an American to sort of aspire to be the one to tell this story? But I I met a few different people there that seemed to really, really be ready to help. And I started putting together a budget. I think that was the first time I was like, I think I'm going to really do this, you know? And I called up my producer friend, Cecilia, who was working on The Chosen at the time. And I just was like, hey, here's the budget. I think that we could really do this. What do you think? You want to come and produce it with me? And she said yes, read the
Wow.
script and loved it. And that was kind of, I think, the real beginning of it becoming a real project.